Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for the weekend of March 28th, 29th, and 30th, 2014. I'm astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, this weekend you can now get my April 2014 webinar MP4 going into the eclipses that are coming in April. The big cardinal cross. This is definitely a month you are not going to want to miss the powerful energy that April has to offer. The download link is available this weekend down below. And this is a big weekend because there are a lot of astrology transits happening. The big one is the new moon in Aries, which a new moon always signals new energy. It is the new moon. It is the signal of a new beginning. And astrologically, this would be considered the next month energetically, not off the calendar. The reason why it seems to be following the calendar is we had a big new moon that was on New Year's Eve this year. So every month we're going to have the new moons right around the beginning of the month. But what's interesting is it's going to taper off, a couple days this month. And then, it's going to start to taper off this. That's why we're starting to see we're a day off here. But it's interesting that Sunday is this huge new moon in Aries about new beginnings, new starts, and looking at your life, especially that's going to be close to the planet Uranus of electricity and, more importantly, really radical new energy. It's almost extreme. And I say that more because it's the days leading up to this new moon, Friday and Saturday, that really signal to me that this is a powerful new moon. I mean that because the moon will be in Pisces doing its darkening phase this weekend. So there's a lot of letting go, shedding off. And this has to do with our past. Pisces is a sign of the past. It is a sign of clearing. It is a sign of endings. And the moon is going to be dark here, and this is the last part of endings. This is a very big shedding. This could be a very big shedding off relationships, a shedding off of just past energy that could all be just in your own imagination. This is because Mercury and Chiron are conjuncting, and the moon will pass over this Friday. So Friday is a day to really highlight and I think get very emotional over the thought patterns, the things that you're thinking about that are still connected to the past, and worries and things that might be so subtle and in yourself, but could be still connecting and holding you as like a trailer holding back a truck to not want to move forward. That there are still aspects of ourselves that we have to let go, that we need to purge the past, that our emotions need to let go, that we need to surrender to things and allow the direction that this new energy has brought us into, which is a powerful new beginning. It could be such a fresh new start in your life, it blows you away of what you want to identify with now, who you're going to be. This was energy that is a huge awakening. As the sun approaches Uranus this weekend, it is like kapow! This is a big awakening. Now, we've got to get there first though. So Saturday too, the moon's still in Pisces, darkening. This is definitely go with the flow, surrender, and find out what it is in the past that you haven't purged yet. And I brought up relationships because the planet Venus is finally about to make some aspects. It's been about a month since we've had some intense aspects with Venus. Venus is going to square Saturn at the same time as it trines Mars. So to have two planets talk to Venus at the same time is very rare. And we're having the planet of restriction, the planet that deals with hard truths, especially when it's in Scorpio. There's definitely some exposing that might not be easy to deal with in relationships. You could see the truth in some people this weekend. You could see some things pop out and you could see clear as a bell through people and see if they're really the right kind of connections to have or not. But this is also Mars trining, which is wanting to take action. And I think with this really powerful energy of Saturn, giving the truth, giving what's real, and more importantly, showing you maybe a hard truth, it gives you the ability to take action in the correct style of relationships, to now know with this epiphany energy of this new moon coming, that we know what we want, we know what we're going to have. And with a Mars retrograde, there is deep connections inside that we're looking towards. And we need to make sure that we have these right kind of connections in our life in order to live in our truth. And that's what this shows this weekend, as there's a whole new table turning in our life. And this is a way for us to purge the past, see through the last part of the veil and see what's right, what's not right, what is the right kind of people, what's not, and see if it's in our truth. Venus square Saturn can be really weird in social situations too. It can just maybe sometimes feel a little like, I don't know, restrictive. You might not be able to get exactly what you want out of somebody, but with Mars there, it kind of might even it out, where it might feel like one place you're having a block with somebody, but the other you're ready to just ram home somewhere, because that's Mars. So this will definitely play out very interesting, I think, with relationships this weekend, as I think there are powerful signals from the universe showing you who's going to come on the new trip with you and who's not. Who's connected to past cycles of energy that you might be caught up into. One thing about Pisces is it's dual fish, right? And you know what dual fish are? The never-ending story, da da. You know, you just like lose yourself in the song. You know, it's just like you lose yourself in the fish going, the same cycles repeating of unconsciousness over and over and over and over and over and over again. And we all don't want to keep writing the same never-ending story of bad crap anymore. That's why this new moon is here, for us to get a new start, a new beginning, a new epiphany, and it's under extreme pressure of Jupiter and Pluto and, you know, with Uranus in this big T-square, that the T-square that's formed here is, you know what, to get this new spot, it's time to see big, to make sure that you're really looking big. Now, one thing is, as the sun starts to square Jupiter, typical astrologers would say, oh, don't be too optimistic, it could be bad for you, or don't think too big. But I think that this is a time for us to really see all the options in our life here. And I think it would be detrimental for us not to. I think that it's important to maybe not believe in things that are bad for us or part of those past cycles. That's what I think the negative aspect of Sun Jupiter is here, is I think we have to look around the whole chart. That if we're going to connect with past, same old energy, maybe trying to repeat a cycle you've repeated before with new characters or new people, that's detrimental, because you're basically just doing the same thing over again, even though it seems new and fresh. This is asking for completely new, radical ideals that have never been done before. That's Uranus. Never been done before. And are you pushing yourself into a place you've never done before? Are you becoming a person that you've never been before either? Doesn't mean that I need to stop being the Leo King, but you know what? Maybe the Leo King should have a production office where he does his work, which is where I'm going with my life right now. So it's like, oh, you know what? I've never done that before. I've never thought about, putting this into a full place and doing this correctly. So, there's all these new things, not doing past cycles that have been done before. And I think that it's important for us to look at that this weekend, because when Sunday comes, wham, this thing comes in, and it's going to lead towards a month of whether or not you're ready to move forward, take action, have strength, have courage, but find peace. That sure, we need to take action and be aggressive in what we decide, but we need to be coming towards a place of harmony, balance, and peace, and rearranging our life into not staying in past and old cycles, letting go of old wounds, old doubts, old fears mentally that are caught up into the past. Last thing I want to say is, with the sun going to be squaring Pluto too over this weekend and into next week, this is us facing our deepest fears, and whether or not we're going to clear them out and stay strong and not anchor or concrete our life in our fears anymore. We must step over them. And I guarantee you, the buildup of this weekend and into next week is, can you pass your own fears and step into the world that you want to become? Let go of old comfort zones and find comfort in stepping in who you must be and letting go of fear. Because a cardinal cross that is forming, all this energy that's coming here in April is about your fears and your power. And whether or not you can overcome every fear and step into true power and have a breakthrough in your life. And that's what this new moon is about this weekend. It's about true radical breakthroughs and radical breakdowns. This could be where, the universe is going to destroy and crazy everything out of your life, because you might not have been paying attention. So the opposite side of all this, I come from the positive channel, but I must channel a high and truthful energy from spirit, that this could be a weekend where it's going to unveil you a hard truth, because maybe you're not innovating your life. Maybe you're trying to do the same thing over again. And it's time to move on. to definitely new and powerful waters that empower yourself and become the true you that you must become. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if you want to have a one-on-one reading with me, or if you want to download the big April 2014 webinar. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I will see you on Monday.